YouTube was good. It's your boy, Paulus Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. Hey, guess what? If this is your first time tuning in, go ahead, hit the doggone subscribe button, hit notification bell. Every time I post up new content. As usual. But I just saw this one. But for the most part, y'all know my deal. I get up every morning, wash my face, brush my teeth, check my emails, see what social media has for me because I already know social media is gonna give me one or 10, right? So I'm sitting up here. I mean, I've seen the clip before, but now coming and hyped and got hold to it. And so y'all remember and I'm pretty sure some of these manosphere uh channels on YouTube, they've actually I'm pretty sure they've seen this and then they gonna run with it if they haven't already, right? So in either case, so the guy he's sitting up there, they going through the vows, right? And so if y'all can hear this, right?
For better, for worse, for richer.
Okay, now here's the deal, right? And I'm actually really gonna break this shit down. Now, if that was me, first and foremost, I'm not into what somebody else has written, calling it marriage vows, because for one, it's not actually it's not coming from me. This is some bullshit with somebody else then put on paper, right? And then the motherfuckers that act like somebody sit down and they wrote that shit out, right? And then they showed it everybody. Oh, this sounds good. Go on, put it in there. And for a lot of times, and then for the most part, people that really don't know no better, or it's just for the simple fact, okay, well, hey, you know what? That sounds pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and go on with that. Now, I'm not gonna sit up here and say that it's not a true marriage. Well, actually, I am gonna say it's not a true marriage. It's not a true marriage more ways than one. So, but in other case, the vows, right? It says for better. I'm going off of what he said. For better, for worse, right? So, and so she went on. She went along with that, but then when it got to the richer or poor part, it's like, wait a minute now, but bitch, you just agreed to the better or for worse part. Now, and put like this, we all know the difference between that what is so called good and that what is so called bad, right? You have to have these things because it's just for the simple fact, right? Yeah, I know what you're gonna do when it's good, but what the fuck are you gonna do when shit starts to get a little rough, right? And so for the most part, she's speaking out of both sides of her mouth. One minute she agrees with it, another minute she don't. Where they do that at? Yeah.
We hit that snag about 20 times.
So
Real made it very clear to Johnson, you cannot be broke in sickness,
and
in health.
okay, so now there you go again, right? So for better for worse, she agreed to that. But the for richer or poor part, she had problems with. Then it's like, okay, like this is what this bitch was doing the whole time. So it's like, for better for worse, for richer or poor, right? Is sickness and then when it says is sickness and in health, all right, the light switch back on, right? So that's pretty much That's pretty much how that. And this bastard still married her, right? So I'm just like, I mean, look, unless the pussy is that damn fantastic, I'd say, you know what? I'm gonna holler at you later, right? And so, and then all of the so-called American women gonna get mad because of what the fuck D.L. Hughley said, and then some of the men, they just like, okay, they agreeing with, and then for the most part, I'm just like, okay, well, all black American women ain't like that. Then it was some shit like, well, if you don't like us, then move. Okay, apparently this bitch ain't heard of the Passport Brothers, right? So that's what a lot of, and it just ain't the black men, it's the white ones too, so called. So motherfuckers are actually really leaving, or they were leaving. But then again, I already told y'all about the whole Passport Bros thing in the first place. But that bitch there, yeah, I'm just like, hold on, wait a minute, because basically, if you actually like really pay attention to all of it, you pretty much saying the same thing all the way through, right? So it's quite obvious that this woman, she really don't know the difference between that what is good and that what is so-called bad. Because if she did, she wouldn't have stopped. Because here's the deal: for better or for worse, sickness and in health. So basically, what she's actually really telling this guy is that, okay, don't get sick, motherfucker. Like, like everybody gets sick every once in a while. And then there's those times when your ass actually really gets injured to such a degree that, hey, guess what? You can't go out there and do it no more. Right? So I'm just like, okay, well, so again, what's really going to happen if any of that shit actually really takes place? Right? Because looking at her, the bitch probably don't know how to cook. Right? She one of those microwave bitches. I'm almost willing to go there and say, yeah, she old microwave motherfucker. Right? And he can't, nine times, he probably can't cook neither. Right? So they in that, so they in that shit together. But everybody's all up in the air about what DL said. And if DL, he always got something to say. But and for the most part, to a certain degree, I'm actually really in agreement with what he said. You know, and then see, here's another thing too, right? With with the bullshit wedding vows that have already been written. Adam and Eve, right? You know, you know, you're supposed to be a helpmeet, right? And it's quite obvious that's not what the fuck she's gonna be, right? So, I mean, yeah, this woman here is she's like so wrong on so many levels till it's ridiculous. And the reason why I say, and and I'm actually really putting myself in this too. I'll just actually really just come out and say it. All marriages. Well, I'm not gonna. All marriages, right, are for the most part they are it's bullshit because for one, you got to put it on paper. Everything is always about paper, 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 paper. Well, shit, paper, paper gets destroyed. And so if the only thing that you actually like really relying on is paper, then there's no you all kinds of fucked up, as far as I'm concerned. And then you got the preacher man there, right? I guess he's supposed to be the representation of Yahweh himself, or God, Allah, Buddha, whatever the hell y'all want to call him, right? He's supposed to be the representation, which within itself, that's bullshit, right? So you got the two of us, right? Yes, we could be very much in love with each other. But this motherfucker right here, 9 times out of 10, he fucked up too. And then it's just for the simple fact, you sitting up here and you reading and you agreeing to what the fuck somebody else done said. Now, like with my wife, we said on vows. And I actually really remember what the fuck I told my wife. Right? So, but then again, and so see this, and this is why I commented the way that I did. I was like, that's why you write your own vows. Instead of going off of some bullshit with what somebody else done writ. Now, let's just say for shits and giggles that they did their own shit. 9 times out of 10, it's probably gonna come out the same way. But then again, looking at it, you ask that woman her name, she probably, if you just, hey, what's your name? Right now, right? She couldn't tell you. Because she the type of motherfucker that look like she can't handle nothing that's right there on the spot right now. I need an answer right now. She dumb. Dumb as a box of rocks. Well, actually, the box of rocks is smarter than her ass because at least the box of rocks, they got sense enough to keep their ass still. And you don't hear from them ever. Right? So, all I'm saying, that's my spiel. Right? Because I walked away from it. I mean, now, for the most part, I mean, I get it. That how that one lyric that Kanye West said, talk about, I ain't saying she a gold nigga, but she ain't messing with no broke nigga. I mean, tell me what one woman out there that's gonna actually like go be with somebody. They know that for the most part, everybody knows that they ain't about shit. Right? But then, like I said, the door swings both ways. But all what I'm saying, I'm just like, dog. He wasn't paying attention. He got pussy on the brain. That's all what the fuck that is, right? Like I say, I mean, I get it, but it's quite obvious that she is not for the right thing. Plain and simple. So, and then just like I said, back, everybody that was commenting on that shit, they were talking about, well, stop comparing us to other women. In which, again, hey, look, I don't like being compared to anybody myself, right? But I'm like, really, motherfucker, like, what? I mean, what you gonna do? How you really gonna handle some shit like that in the first place? So, it's just my thing is, look, you don't want no trouble, write your own shit, plain and simple, right? And then as far as like the true marriage, it's going back to what I said about Adam and Eve, right? Right now, Yahweh was actually there. He the one put that together, right? And so, just like I said, you a helpmeet. She ain't finna help this motherfucker do a damn thing. She finna sit on her ass and not do nothing. But if that's what that motherfucker wants, then hey, I wish him the best, but hey, it is what it is, people. So, with that being said, guess what the fuck y'all get to do? Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell big dad, tell big Bertha, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa, motherfucker next door across the street round the corner. Paulus Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. Holla at y'all.